Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from Clover Health Investments, and let me tell you, their financials are a bit like a complicated medical bill you're not quite sure how to decipher. We will try to figure out how to decode it. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can discuss these filings with other investors. Clover Health just released an update, basically a snapshot of some important happenings. This particular report, called an 8K, tells us about their first quarter results for the year 2025. We're going to break down what this all means, skipping the boring legal stuff and focusing on what might actually matter to you. First off, the report mentions a press release about their financial results. The press release is attached and we're going to dive into it. This section is letting everyone know that they've announced their earnings and that all the details are available. Okay, here's the meat of the matter, the press release detailing Clover Health's performance. Now let's see what the numbers are telling us. The company is making a big deal about their medical cost ratio, or MCR, which essentially compares their medical expenses to the revenue they're bringing in from premiums. They're estimating a pretty good MCR for the year, which, if it holds up, would be a significant improvement compared to last year. What this means is that they are managing to keep their costs under control, which is essential for a health insurance company. Let's dive into the numbers. Insurance revenue is up, which is always good news. But what's more interesting is how much they're earning from each member. This is a key metric because it tells us if they're getting more value out of their existing customer base. Okay, let's talk money. Their total revenue for the first quarter of 2025 was $577 and $1 million. That sounds like a lot, but the important question is that good or bad? Well, it's actually a decrease compared to the first quarter of last year. Last year they made $500 quarter of last year. Last year they made $580. $81 million, $155 million. So they're slightly down. Now for the part everyone wants to know, profit, or in this case, loss. Clover Health lost $49.8 million in the first quarter. That's a significant loss, although it is an improvement from the $72 last year, so they are losing less money this year, which is better than losing more money. Here's another number to consider, adjusted EBITDA. This is basically a measure of how much cash the business is generating before things like interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. For Clover Health, their adjusted EBITDA loss was $19.20 million. Again, still a loss, but better than the $46 formula loss from last year. One of the key things Clover Health is focusing on is managing their medical costs. They talk about their medical cost ratio, or MCR. This compares how much they spend on medical claims to how much they bring in from premiums. A lower MCR is better. Their MCR decreased slightly to 78.5% compared to 79% last year. This decrease in MCR means they're spending a bit less on healthcare for their members compared to the premiums they collect, which is a positive sign for profitability. Shares outstanding are the amount of shares of a company that exist. These are important for understanding the value of a company, with more shares usually indicating a smaller piece of the pie for each shareholder. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Clover Health is still losing money, but they're losing less than they were before. They're managing to control their medical costs a little better, and they're bringing in a good amount of revenue. The company is highlighting its efforts to manage costs and improve efficiency, which is what you want to see when a company is trying to turn things around. However, the decrease in revenue is concerning. While a slight decrease if you are trying to grow and gain momentum, this isn't a good sign. Overall, Clover Health is showing some signs of improvement, but they still have a ways to go before they're consistently profitable. It's going to be important to watch how they continue to manage their medical cost and grow their revenue in the coming quarters. Alright, that's our breakdown of Clover Health's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.